and welcome back to the National Cycling Centre here in Manchester. I'm Rosanna.
I'm Jodie Cundy.
9 champions have been crowned here today. Time trials, team sprints and tandemonium. Let's see what's coming up on the programme. So next up we've got the winners of the men's tandem sprint, Aaron Pope and Freddie Ireland. Congratulations to you both. How are you feeling?
Pretty stunned. It was pretty amazing, to be honest with you. I've not been doing this for that long.
Wow.
Relative to some of the other pairings. So yeah, I think we're pretty happy, aren't we, Aaron?
Yeah, really pleased.
In fact, talking about that, how long have you guys actually been riding together? Because you just said something to me before we got on here and it blew my mind, so you need to tell these people how long you've been riding together.
So, how long have you been on a tandem, Freddie?
The longish story is when I was 11, I did bikeability with my dad on a tandem. Loved the outside, always loved the outside. COVID, Sunday afternoon, just out in the countryside. After first year of uni, my lecturer said spend this summer doing things that make you feel alive. So I thought, well, why not do British Cycling Talent ID, because I've always enjoyed cycling. Put me on a watt bike, took a few metrics off me, and yeah, they called me back and put me on a training programme last December. Did the Nationals at extremely short notice last year, and then yeah, just been training for a year really.
And then so we got on the tandem, so my first day on the tandem was Thursday last week.
Fabulous.
That is incredible. Wow.
And you went 10.2 today, which by all accounts 10.2 is fast. Like that'll get you in the top 6 or 7 at World Championships in the sprint competition, so it's a very good time to start off with. Yeah,
I mean, we obviously wanted to go faster, get closer to Rothers and Borley, but we can't be too upset, can we?
Not in the slightest. It's only the third time. Yeah, you and I can get some quality training in. It's going to be good.
Yeah. I mean, Freddie's a lot fitter than I am, so he's just let's do more.
No.
But obviously, as a sprinter, I need to sit down. But we're getting there.
Yeah. That's always the thing. Is like get the compromising between the two of you. I train with the other tandem guys that have been around on the squad for years or whatever, and there is a difference between the riders, and some are like, I want to go again, and the other one's like, whoa, wait a minute. That's a balance I guess you guys will work out over the years.
Yeah, we I got a message on the Wednesday saying, do you want to come in tomorrow and have a go on the tandem? Brilliant. Met Freddie, and then he hasn't let me sit down since.
And here you are with national titles, got a medal around your neck and the jersey on, so it's worked out pretty well.
Yeah, good start.
Yeah. Well, we're so excited to see where the two of you go. Congratulations again.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Next up, we've got the women's C scratch race. Let's see how they got on.
Obviously heading into the final stages, so it will be interesting to see how this does play out, if anyone is looking for that last attack or if they're all going to save it to go down to the sprint.
What they do know, they're secure in the knowledge that they've got the medals between them, and that is a nice position for all these 3 riders to be in. As they come past Hughes and Simpson on the track. And Amelia Cass just loses contact with those 3 riders at the front of the race as they take another lap over Simpson and Hughes. Newark drops to the back. Newbury in the middle. Crystal Lane Wright and Amelia Cass still battling to stay in the slipstream and give herself an easier ride over the remaining laps to the finish line. She has recovered well, hasn't she, Cass?
Yeah, she's recovered really well, and again, one of those C2 riders in the race, one of 2 C2 riders, the rest being C5, so like we say, being more impaired than the other riders, that she is trying to follow the wheels, as if we're now starting to see some games. Crystal Lane not wanting to go through there, so for the first time seeing these riders go above the blue line on the track, not just keep switching off like we have seen from them before.
There is Crystal Lane Wright starting to finesse her effort. That looks like a big attack coming off down the banking. Perfectly timed, Morgan Newbury trying to get the gap, but Rebecca Newark shuts her down, gets onto her wheel, and that one didn't fly. So 4 laps to go, and the first of these 3 riders shows her cards.
She's still pushing on the front now. She needs to have a look around, see that they're on her wheel. We're going to come into 3 laps to go very soon, so needing to think about the positioning that they're going to have going into the final few laps and trying to pick the wheel that maybe she may be more confident on, but definitely showing her cards there.
Burns a few matches there in the process as well. Did Morgan Newbury, who drops to the back as Rebecca Newark just accelerates at the front of the race and opens up a little bit of a gap. That is dispensed for now, but with Morgan Newbury, who looks like she's been dropped by the other 2, but Crystal Lane Wright is in the slipstream of Rebecca Newark as they come sweeping past the back markers once more. And Morgan Newbury races on in the hope that these 2 will start to play games, but it looks like her bronze medal is to secure. The gold, though, with 1 lap to go, very much up for grabs, but Crystal Lane Wright is in pole position here on the wheel of Rebecca Newark. And Newark will see that black jersey coming round, so can she hold her off? No. Crystal Lane Wright with that finishing speed to get the job done. She will take the gold medal. Rebecca Newark will take silver, and Morgan Newbury will finish in the bronze medal position. And that is the only title that we've seen this afternoon. This evening we'll see plenty more medals being presented.
It was more predictable once there were the 3 of us away, because I trained day in, day out with Morgan and Rebecca. The other riders I wasn't so sure of their abilities. And you've got young Elsie that's ridiculously young, who's so strong, and you just don't know where you're at. So the first half of the racing was tricky. We have selections for Worlds that'll be at the end of the year. I haven't raced a World Champ since I think 2022, because I've been away having a little boy. So it would be really nice to make the World squad. I hope I've done enough here to prove that I can do well, hopefully on the world stage. But I think mostly it's given me the confidence that the training I've done since coming back has been good enough, and it gives me the confidence now that I can continue to train and hopefully just maybe have another year of training and seeing how much better I can get.
Congratulations to the winner, Crystal Lane Wright. Jodie, she's having a fab weekend.
She is, and it's her first race back after having a child, so the fact that she's got
Incredible.
2 golds and a silver already, she's really going well. And today's race was literally first one across the line. We had no factors, no discipline change. It was literally whoever crossed the line first, and it was Crystal who managed to outsprint at the end to take that victory.
Amazing. Next up, we've got the men's elimination winner, Matt Bostock. Matt, 2nd medal of the weekend. How are you feeling?
Oh, really happy with that one.
Amazing.
Yeah, just made up.
Yeah,
the elimination race is a bit of a crowd favourite. I mean, I was sat in the back there and all I could hear was the cheers as everybody was getting eliminated, so it must have been a great race at the front. How did you kind of go into it? Were you trying to control it from the front, in the middle? What was your tactics for the race?
I've in the past few I've not been that good, so I tried to break it into 2 halves. So the first half, obviously there's a lot of people and it tends to be faster. So I tried to sit at the front more for that stage, because it tends to be easier.
As well,
and then kind of reset when there's about 10 to go, and you can start to not play around a bit, but just you can be on the hip and you can start to roll people. That was the game plan anyway. You
obviously train here in Manchester. It's nice to have a crowd in. And obviously the elimination crowd favourite. So what's it like riding in front of that noise and atmosphere? Does it inspire you to do a little bit more as you're trying to push through, or are you listening to the crowd to work out what's going on behind you? It's
always makes it feel like a bigger event when there's people here. Obviously sometimes you might do a regional race and it just feels like training. But when you hear the crowd and you hear like the big the big oohs and everyone getting involved, it definitely adds to the excitement, and it also, I guess, adds a bit of pressure as well. It feels a bit more like there's more at stake and
there's more on the line.
It
just gives you that.
But it's really cool, and it's always good when people support British racing, so it's good to see so many people turn up.
Yeah, and we've got some quality riders that were in that field as well, so they're getting to see some of the best racers in the world, so it's good to see.
No, it was a good turnout today.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, congratulations again, Matt. And next up, we've got the women's points race. Let's see how they got on.
So 8 laps to go. Anna Morris is on 38 points, Katie Archibald is on 29. So in theory, if Archibald were to win the final sprint and Morris were to pick up no points, Archibald could still win this race. But I think those hopes are fading fast, and this is looking like a victory procession for Anna Morris.
Yeah, and she'll be happy. 4 riders to get up the road and take up, or at least the maximum points available, because she doesn't need any points herself. It's Katie Archibald who needs to try and keep this together to try and take maximum points. But at the moment, Anna Morris hasn't been looking like she's going to be able to be distanced by anyone in these sprints.
Attack from one of the UAE riders. That is Ellie Shaw. She's got herself a lead. Just to move up the standings. Katie Archibald is on the front, being marked all the way by Anna Morris. Anna Morris is on full defensive move now, just keeping an eye on Katie Archibald to ensure that the nightmare doesn't happen, that Archibald were to win the final sprint, leaving Morris with nothing. That's the only situation which can reverse the gold and silver medal positions vis-a-vis Morris. Morris just needs to keep an eye on her biggest rival, which is Katie Archibald.
And Josie Knight on the wheel of Anna Morris as well. She needs to beat Katie Archibald in this final sprint to be able to leapfrog her and secure silver medal. They're currently both on 29 points with 2 laps to go until the finish.
So that's the reason I think that's motivating Katie Archibald to sit on the back and control these attacks. 2 laps to go. As Boothman comes flying up on the outside, and Archibald is being assaulted here from numerous different riders. Maddie Leach being one of them, but she's doing a terrific ride, but she's paying for it a little bit as she drops back, and Anna Morris comes forward. Archibald losing position here. We'll have to look at the points tally afterwards, but the points race will be won by Lucy Glover, with Anna Morris sealing the deal and picking up 2nd place and winning the points tally and taking the title. A brilliant performance from Anna Morris. This is the first time that Anna Morris has taken this particular honour, a first ever points victory for Anna Morris. And a very composed and powerful performance, almost in total control the whole way around. And significant compensation, I think, for any disappointment that she might have felt surrendering the potential of a victory in the individual pursuit to the woman she's beaten into 2nd place in this competition. So turning table on Josie Knight.
Yeah, I was expecting a hard race. Yeah, it's a strong field, and I think the 5 of us that took that lap put us all on quite even keel, so it was going to pull down to sprint points, and I think I just managed to commit at the right time to collect some of those sprint points, and it paid off. Like, we get such good crowds here in Manchester, and it's a really friendly event, great atmosphere. So yeah, I love racing here. Legs feel like they're almost seen them before, I think, when I get to tomorrow, but it's the same for everyone. Like, lots of people are racing 4 days, so yeah, it's just really fun to come and race hard, and having the strong field and everyone put some good ride down makes for exciting racing, and it's exciting for us to do as well. So yeah, looking forward to another good day of racing tomorrow.
Jodie, what a race. Anna Morris is having a great weekend.
She is. It's the 3rd medal so far.
Yeah,
I was watching it while I was warming up for my kilo, so that was quite exciting to watch what was going on, because it was her, Katie Archibald and Josie Knight. They were really kind of playing it tactical all the way through the race, and just on and off, and they're 3 of our best riders. I mean, they're all in the team pursuit that just broke the world record a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, quality riders, quality race.
Amazing. Next up, we've got the winner of the women's Keirin, Emma Finucane. Congratulations, Emma. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm really, really happy with that. Obviously an all GB final. I train with these girls day in and day out in this home track, so it's really nice to land up with them, and that final was really, really hard. I had to push myself pretty hard, and I picked my moment and went for it, and the girls made it really hard, but when I crossed that line first, it was really special, and it's always special to wear the stripes as well.
Yeah.
How do you find it racing against people that basically you train with day in, day out, so you know all of their weaknesses, when they're going to go, if they're long or short? how did you go? Did you have a tactic that you were going to use from the start, or was it just as it happened?
It is a funny one because, like you said, I do train with these girls all the time. We live and breathe this track most of the time for us sprinters, and yeah, you kind of do know each other, and that's the uniqueness of the track nationals. You line up against these girls, you race them, and I did have a plan going into that final. I knew if I had some space and I picked a moment about in that second lap, I was like, I'm going to go, and I just didn't really look back. I was like, I'm going here, I'm hitting that black line, I'm going to ride as fast as I can, and yeah, I didn't really look back. I just went for it, and yeah, to line up with those girls in the final was pretty cool.
Yeah, you can see that the turn of speed you had was just enough just to create that gap or whatever, and then after that it's a fight for second place.
Yeah, I kind of just stayed in the seat and I was just like hoping for the best, got into my aero position and went for it. But like we said, we don't really get that many race opportunities as sprinters, so I think it's really nice to like take each one as it comes, really enjoy the moment. The crowd was amazing today, my family were here, so yeah, really take it in, and yeah, to cross that line first was insane.
Yeah, it's a little bit different to the training sessions that you guys jump up with some of the lads or whatever and do a Keirin on a Friday or whatever, so it's nice having that crowd or whatever just cheering you all on. So
yeah, usually it's literally empty in here. We rock up 2 till 5 on a Monday afternoon, and we're all training, all of us in the track centre, so it's really nice to see pretty full crowds and pretty full stands, and to hear the roar of the crowds, and the heat in there is pretty hot as well, so it's nice to have a bit of a change at home velodrome.
Amazing. Well, congratulations again,
Thank you.
Emma. Thank you for coming to see us. Next up, we've got the men's C time trial. Let's see how it played out.
Finn Graham just making his way on to the track now. 1 gold and 3 silvers from the Paralympic Games. He is more of an endurance rider. He's also got 4 world titles to his name. 26 years old, but a very strong rider here. We can see how he gets out of this gate, but I'm imagining it's going to be a very strong ride from both of these riders. But like we say, the time's factored in for the categories.
So top of your screen there, Jacob Smith, Finn Graham, and the bottom, the winner of, as you were alluding to, the gold medal in Paris in the C1 to 3 road race, and a silver medal in the C3 individual pursuit. Named last year the Para Athlete of the Year in the Scottish Sports Awards class act. His opponent Jacob Smith, a little bit down, and at the moment Finn Graham is on course for a gold medal. Certainly getting the better of Jacob Smith on the track. Too far off, but Jacob Smith's going well as well. He's almost dead level at the moment in second place with the time of Matthew Robertson. But Finn Graham is cruising seemingly towards a gold medal here. He's going to take the bell now. 250 metres of this kilo effort remaining for Finn Graham, and surely this is just simply a matter of a coronation. He's up on the time of Matthew Robertson. The time to beat 109.74, and he gets there with a little bit to spare. And Jacob Smith stops the clock, just outside the time of second place, so he drops to provisional third. We'll just wait for confirmation because it is a little bit complicated with the factorisations. But as I was explaining, these times should not be changed now. And I think we are looking at the gold medal winner of the paracycling C1 to 3 in the time trial. So at the top of your screen, that multicoloured kit of Xavier Disley in the Aero Coach colours, and down the bottom a private member, that's Alex Jones. And this man, interestingly, Xavier Disley, rides for Aero Coach and has a very strong connection with that brand as well.
Yeah, he does. The owner of that brand, and many track riders will know the brand and how it is leading the game as one of the big companies in aerodynamics, especially on the road and time trial. But Alex Jones won this event last year, so the reigning national champion with Disley in second place last year.
So Alex Jones flying around the track, but they're quite tightly matched, these two, not too much. Alex Jones a little bit up on the time that's just been set by Sebastian Tyree. Xavier Disley, the course that he is on at the moment, is good enough for a provisional bronze medal. Alex Jones, though, no doubt is about to set the best time. Takes the bell. 1 lap to go for Alex Jones. He looks good on a bike, doesn't he? flying around this course, that special adaptation for him. Working to perfection, 106.221 now, the new best time. And an emphatic victory as well for Finn Graham. Winner of the time trial in the Paris C, 1-3. And there's your podium. Efforts of all these riders massively appreciated by, as ever, a not only enthusiastic but very knowledgeable Manchester crowd. Alex Jones returns to victory, returns to the top step of the podium in the kilo discipline of the paracycling categories 4 and 5. A very, very tight contest, just 0.2 of a second separating them. We'll see how much it means to Jones though.
Jodie, how do you feel the racing went today?
So for me, it was a bit of a disaster, but we'll gloss over that. Alex Jones did a great time, 66 something he did in his kilo, so he won the C4, C5 section. And then in the C1 to 3, we had Finn who won that, and that C1 to 3 race, that's going to be in the Commonwealth Games, so it's something that we might see some of those riders in the summer in Glasgow. So that'll be good to watch. So
yeah, that'll be fab.
The 1 kilometre time trial is a really good race. It's disciplined. It's you've got the endurance riders and sprinters. It covers everybody. Right. Standing start, fast as you can, all the way through to the end. I love it. I mean, I've won many world titles at it. It's my #1 event.
Yeah.
And just to see that spectacle and just count down each one and will they beat the next person? Will the next person? There's always that tension there, and hopefully it keeps the crowd on the edge of their seats. So yeah, something to look forward to for the Commonwealths.
So Jodie, you've obviously won thousands of medals in this race.
Nearly, but yeah.
What does it take to do a kilo?
It's very distinct mindset you have to have for the kilo, because it's over and done with in just over a minute, and it hurts like no other event that I've done, because you're going flat out from the start for a minute. And that sounds in practice pretty easy, but when you do it, you get to about lap 3 and all of a sudden the lactic acid is absolutely burning in your legs. The bike still wants to go at 40 miles an hour, but your legs don't want to keep going. So it's just trying to manage that battle of you against the bike and you against your legs. But when you get it right, there's nothing better.
Amazing. Well, I won't be doing that. Next up, so earlier this week we had a group of STEM students come to the NCC to see how science and engineering play a part in track cycling.
Hi, I'm Eve, and today we've took a group of students from Wright Robinson College around the National Cycling Centre and behind the scenes in the Great Britain Cycling Team to have a look at first-hand experiences of STEM and how sport can help them. We've gone from the wind tunnel straight through to the biomechanics lab into psychology and physiology workshops. We went and saw a little bit of racing where our team helped the students learn a little bit more about data and analysing races, and they managed to do that firsthand. And then to end the day, we ended with a psychology and physiology workshop.
Doing this today has really broadened their horizons and their understanding of different careers in the sports sector that STEM can have.
Oh, that was amazing to see. Next up, we've got the women's tandem individual pursuit. Let's see how it played out.
So this for the gold medal in the individual pursuit for the women's Para B. The start manoeuvres so well rehearsed, not just from the world champions, but from the rivals as well, Georgina Bullen and Miriam Jessett. It is poetry in motion to watch Holt and Unwin go about their business. Almost intuitive, the way they just know instinctively what phase, what to do when, pinpoint accuracy with the timing. And there are, well, both teams now
very smooth. Taken about a lap to get up to speed enough to get in those extensions and into that aero position. They'll still be gaining time at the moment. Currently a 16.4 second lap for them, so really starting at a good pace here, and potentially we could be looking at another catch for this win and to try and get this ride over fairly quickly. They're already gaining quite a lot of time here.
Yeah, they're a long way up already, Unwin and Hull. They were always going to be a very tough nut to crack, and so it's proving. Feels like in qualifying they probably held a little bit back, and that 16-second lead that they took against their rivals into the gold medal final, I think, was slightly deceptive. The difference in class is a little bit wider than that, as they are proving right now. Jenny Hull with those tired legs, already with 20 kilometres of points racing in them. Quite apart from the competition that both Unwin and Hull have already laid down here on the Manchester track over the course of yesterday afternoon and evening.
We can see them all both riding to schedule, having a coach with an iPad just at the start of each banking, giving them that lap time so they can keep riding to that schedule. Of course, they have the riders in front of them in their sight, and that's the main thing, it's not about qualifying a time now, it's about getting the fastest time, or just beating the opponent on the other side of the track.
Well, you sense that the catch isn't too far off now. They're past the halfway points, so they haven't caught their opponents quite as quickly as Amelia Robertson and Rebecca Richards did, but they're not too far off, and the gold medal is incoming. They're world champions for a reason, and they are about to clinch gold here at the British National Championships. The irrepressibly brilliant Hull and Unwin, a class act, and this time they sit up and celebrate. The silver medal will go to their opponents, Georgina Bolin and Miriam Jessett. But this very much the expected result for the world champions. They would have felt very confident about this before, and they delivered a performance of real skill, fluidity, strength and experience and confidence, knowing that they've got the wherewithal and the armoury to get the better of the opponents they faced here in Manchester. They duly delivered. They live up to their favourite status time and time again. It's Jenny Hull, who's had a heck of a programme this evening, opening this evening's racing by taking part in the points race and being quite active within it as well, and then switching roles to pilot Sophie Unwin to victory in the individual pursuit women's Para B final, and another gold medal for them.
An amazing race from Sophie and Jenny there. Jodie, you train with them on a weekly basis. Tell us how their race went today.
Oh, I mean, they caught pretty early on in the race, so they didn't actually have to do the full 16 laps, which is the ideal scenario if you're doing a pursuit. And with Jenny jumping between solo racing and tandem racing this weekend, she probably wants to do as little racing as possible. So yeah, it was probably the perfect scenario for them. But it was great to see the world bands riding around the track and winning the gold medal today. Yeah, amazing. Last up, we've got the men's team sprint.
This is the gold medal match, and this is the B team. Ed Lowe, Hamish Turnbull, Hayden Norris to finish it off. And the A team featuring Harry Radford, Marcus Hiley, and the last man, Matt Richardson, who, if something goes wrong with their team, is a kind of get out of jail free card.
He is, and we've not seen him go full gas. We saw a little bit in the last round where he did push on a bit more and really built that gap up really quickly in that final lap. Very
good start from Richardson, who's off. He'll slot in at the back of Team A. You're looking at Team B. There's Richardson, the only rider with a black helmet, quite identifiable there. Nothing to separate them through the first lap as the next riders take over, and it's still very tight, just a tenth of a second separating A from B. And Team A just slightly on the back foot now, so Richardson is going to have to potentially get them out of jail just a little bit. There's almost nothing to separate them, just 0.06 of a second, but they have the advantage at the finish line of this man. Matt Richardson is going to take this one home, and he's going to deliver that gold medal. Class, and he needed to be as well, because that was tight all the way. Almost nothing to separate those two teams. save for the contribution of this man. And he needed to be bang on form to turn that around, and in the end, win the race by over a second. Well, Matthew Richardson's picking up his second gold medal of the meet so far. The man in the middle, and the man who does make the difference, as he proved when he really needed to in that final lap. Making up, in the space of 250 metres, best part of a second on his flying rival. He really is almost playing to different rules at the moment, and I'm sure the younger riders around him must look up to this 26-year-old champion who's amassing a huge amount of silverware and goldware seemingly every time he puts a number on the back. Clearly in absolutely scintillating form, and ably supported by his two teammates there. Quite appropriate that he gets the trophy handed to him, lifts it aloft. He does make the difference.
Oh, what a ride from Team Inspired A. Jody, talk us through the race.
Well, it was a great race, and we had Harry banging out a 17.4 to start the team off and get him up to speed. Marcus take over, neck and neck at the 500 metre point, but then it was the man of the moment, Matt Richardson, fresh off his sprint win yesterday.
Incredible.
That Keirin he had at the Europeans, however, he seems to be literally on another level at the moment, and just did a 12.2 last lap and pulled him out to the victory. Hats off to Inspired B. Some really good solid times in there, and it's really good for the future of British sprinting that we've got 6 riders that are banging out times like that. I think it's going to be great for LA.
Well, that's the end of day 3 here at the Lloyds National Track Championships, with one more day to go tomorrow. We'll see you then for more insightful interviews with our worthy winners.
And remember, keep pedaling! Sorry, wrong show.